All right, so we have the official trailer. The last one was a teaser. I'm not gonna lie, the thumbnail reminded me of Castlevania, which I'm still waiting on that. I'm just assuming. Well, I already checked the studio who did this anyway. So, again, I have to ask, is this going back to the original timeline? And if so, will this matter? Is this like canonical or is this a multiverse thing? Like, I have no idea what's being done with Terminator. I kind of wish that they kept the same energy with the Sarah Connor Chronicles. That's what it was. And yeah, so I'm gonna check this out. I heard the loudness. But yeah. Is that a blood? No, that's CGI.
Malcolm.
Malcolm. Oh.
What makes you think humanity is worth saving?
Oh, Skydance. I don't mean to pause already, but I've seen Skydance get into a lot of entertainment recently. Oh, wait a second. This already confirms timeline. We are back in the 90s. This is the original timeline. Good to know. Good to know. A. That PlayStation ad? Really? Come on now.
Knowledge is power. If you understand something, it can never truly control you.
Ooh.
Skynet will come online. In an act of self-preservation, it will enact nuclear strikes.
How do you know about
I
Skynet?
believe that humanity still has a fighting chance. I believe that you have the power to change our fate.
What?
Skynet has sent a Terminator back in time. You are the only one who can do this.
Tell me where Malcolm is. If the Terminator can't get to Malcolm, the children will be its next target.
Ooh.
Malcolm, what are you scared of?
Who is Malcolm?
Judgment.
Because it's Miles Dyson who did this, right? Hey.
The world comes tomorrow.
Now let's really break this down. Because this person, right? She was like, oh, who are you scared of, right?
The world
Wait.
comes tomorrow.
Like, she sounds like the person from Terminator Salvation. It's like, who are you scared of? It sounds exactly like her. Wait.
Malcolm, what are you scared of?
Judgment.
So, okay. This is my thought process. This is my prediction. This scientist is probably like, and his name's Malcolm too, so he's probably like in the same type of field of mathematics as Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park, where it's about probability. He probably creates a program that predicts Judgment Day in Skynet. And in doing so, he has this program that is supposed to help humanity in whatever way. That's my prediction. But I feel like this, whatever AI program this is playing him. Another thing is, you have the shotguns. Now, here's another thing that's kind of weird, right? Because Terminators don't just, like, it takes time for them to create the machines. But when it comes down to the stuff that Skynet took control of, it was combat drones. So I'm wondering, out of this swarm here that I'm trying to remember where it is, there's like a swarm of Terminators in Japan. Not Terminators, there's a swarm of drones. Not this, but where is that scene? I'm going crazy here. It's that. It's And why would they go after the children? Are the children knowledgeable in some way? Like, is this AI thing? All right, this is probably the girl going back in time. But is this AI thing like a threat to Skynet and can only be accessed by the genetic material of a living person? And I know I'm probably doing leaps in logic here, but. And then is these two different Terminators. So you have this, right? And you have this. It takes decades for the skin to regrow. I'm trying to. This right here. Why are there. Why are there drones here? Because this is definitely in the 90s. It makes the most sense for it being the 90s, especially when you have a PlayStation ad in the beginning of the trailer. So I saw PlayStation, like a PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1. They wouldn't, like, Japan wouldn't still have ads for PlayStation 1s now. Like, come on now. But are there going to be time jumps in this? Like, someone getting injured? Because I believe the person who, right? She's blocking. This person is blocking. I believe that this is the same girl. Like, that's what I believe. I believe that this girl is a Terminator. And there's talking about going after the children. Maybe this kid aged up or something. I'm not sure what this story is exactly about. Let me actually read and see if there is a new Judgment Day has arrived. Blah blah blah. Netflix is one of the most blah 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 blah. I don't care. Give me a description of this, bro. Come on now. Okay. Okay, whatever. Time to see if the female main character who was sent back to the past to protect kids is a reprogrammed Terminator or an actual human like Kyle Reese. I feel like it's a Terminator because my thing is, right, ever since Terminator 2 Judgment Day, ever since then, right? They have used Terminators, and it makes more sense to use a Terminator anyway, to go through, to like just go through all the crazy shenanigans, being able to break through walls, like no diff regular people and all that good stuff. Like, they would never go back to Kyle Reese. Never. Even when you had Terminator Salvation with the guy that I forgot the name of, but he was in Avatar. He was a human Terminator hybrid. So even that guy was still a Terminator. Like, they're not going to go backwards and use a human. I'm pretty sure that even though, yeah, the first Terminator movie was great, but a lot of people forget the first Terminator movie, right? It's always Judgment Day for them, which, don't get me wrong, Judgment Day is cool, but there would not be a Judgment Day without the first Terminator movie. But I'm hoping that this is decent. I'm wondering what this means, though, like the optics of this, because you had Dark Fate that reshuffled the Terminator landscape. Then you had that Terminator game that I don't remember the name of. Why is Resistance $40? Was it always $40? But yeah, you had Dark Fate Defiance, right? And yeah, Forces updated. I watched a review on this. This really like you can't replenish your troops. You can only do that like in the midst of combat. I'm wondering if they fixed that, but that's the reason why I didn't pick up this game anyway. But this was in the Dark Fate timeline, right? The Rev 9s and all that stuff, which are they do visually look different from the T800s. They do. But honestly, I do want them to go back to the original timeline. Plus, you had that. There's another Terminator game coming out that I think I don't know if I wish listed it or not. I was about to click that, but hey, yeah, I did wish list this. This is supposed to come out in October. I haven't watched anything about this, but even then, this looks like the original timeline. Because if I'm not mistaken, Dark Fate has never once mentioned their timeline and what happened being a version of Judgment Day, right? Like, they never mentioned that. And let me go back, pause, and yeah, when you think of Judgment Day, you do think of Terminator 2, and they wouldn't like refer to Judgment Day here without thinking that this is the Terminator timeline that we all know and love. Yeah. So I am curious about this game in particular. I am excited, of course, to see. I already wish listed it. So yeah. I'm glad that Terminator is making strides. Maybe the reason why this game comes out in October is because with this game, when this anime comes out, most likely they'll do what they've been doing in recent shows and have it be like half of the episodes come out and then the other half comes out, and that other half is going to be promotional material for this game. I already see the vision. And I don't mind because I do like Terminator. It's just a lot of people get hooked up on the going back in time aspect. At least the corporations are hung up on the going back in time aspect as opposed to just being in this very deep, depressing timeline. I'm wondering what's going on here too. But I'm genuinely excited to see where they go with this. As for whether or not this is going to be good, I'm not entirely sure. We just have to see. But I'm done rambling. That's pretty much it.